You know, I used to think ants were just tiny annoyances at a picnic. But then I started really watching them. And wow, turns out ants are basically nature's ultimate team players. So today, let's take a look at what ant colonies can teach us about building stronger teams. And yeah, I promise, you'll never look at teamwork or ants the same way again. First off, let's talk about roles. In an ant colony, everyone has a job. Some gather food, some defend the nest, some care for the young. No one's arguing about who's most important. They just get to work, trusting that every role matters. If you think about it, that's a killer lesson for any team. When you respect everyone's contribution, the whole group moves faster and farther. Now, I love this part: communication. Ants don't have little walkie-talkies, but they've got something just as cool: pheromones. They leave trails, signals, little chemical texts for their buddies to follow. When an ant finds food, she lets everyone else know exactly where it is. Imagine if we all shared info that openly. No hoarding knowledge, just total transparency. That's how ants avoid confusion and wasted effort. Here's where it gets even crazier. When ants hit an obstacle, let's say a giant rock in their path, they don't throw up their antennae and quit. Instead, they swarm together, figure out a way around, or sometimes even build a bridge with their own bodies. They improvise, adapt, and overcome. That's resilience in action. On our teams, it's easy to get stuck or frustrated when problems pop up. What if, instead, we tackled problems together, leaning on each other's strengths? And get this, there's no ant CEO, no single boss barking orders. Decisions get made collectively with tons of feedback loops and constant adjustment. It's messy, sure, but it works. Real collaboration, not just going along to get along. Everyone's invested and everyone's voice counts. That kind of shared leadership might sound wild, but it's the secret sauce behind some of the best teams I've been part of. So, next time you see a trail of ants, pause for a second. Think about how they're crushing teamwork with openness, adaptability, and insane cooperation. What would happen if we brought some of that energy to our own projects? I'm not saying you have to eat crumbs off the floor or carry 50 times your weight. But if we take a cue from ants, valuing every role, sharing what we know, sticking together through challenges, we just might build teams that are unstoppable. All right, that's your nature-powered pep talk for the day. Now go out there, channel your inner ant, and make something amazing happen. Together.